So, good day everyone. Today we will tackle about utilitarianism. Jeremy Bentham, he is the founder of utilitarianism, born in 1748 London. He graduated from the Queen's College in Oxford, and his famous works involves introduction to principles of morals in legislation and affirmment and government. The ethical framework that will be introduced is the utilitarianism of Jeremy Bentham. This framework focuses on happiness as the barometer of right morality through the calculation of more pleasure produced over pain. Okay, let's break down the theory of utilitarianism. It's often called consequentialism because it focuses on the impact of actions, and its main goal is to bring about happiness. David Hume, a philosopher from the modern period, was the first to suggest this idea. However, Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill took it to the next level, make it more profound. For us, let's zero in on Jeremy Bentham, known as the founder of utilitarianism. Bentham's version, called classical utilitarianism, boils down to three key components. These points are crucial in understanding the heart of utilitarian thinking. By looking at Bentham's insights, we get a solid grasp of the basics of this influential theory. The first point of Bentham's framework hinges on consequentialism, judging the morality of an action based on its outcomes. He stated, for an act to be morally right, it must contribute to happiness. In essence, happiness becomes the determining factor in assessing the morality of an action. It serves as the ultimate goal or telos, driving every action towards the production of happiness. In Bentham's second point of utilitarianism, an act's morality hinges on pleasure it brings. Without pleasure, it's considered morally wrong. Happiness varies from great to greatest, and Bentham advises choosing acts for the overall greatest happiness. The philosophic calculus measures happiness and pain, factoring in intensity and duration, pinpointing the act with the highest net pleasure as morally superior. Bentham's utilitarianism provides a structured framework, assessing actions based on their impact on overall happiness.
Third point, Jeremy Bentham's utilitarianism assesses the morality of actions by quantifying pleasure and pain. Every person's happiness is given equal importance. The method involves calculating the net balance of pleasure and pain for all affected individuals. If the result is positive, more pleasure than pain, the action is considered morally good. This utilitarian approach aims to maximize overall happiness, making it a universal principle for moral decision-making. Amount of pleasure, amount of pain is equal to moral or immoral act. Assessing an act, the following factors: happiness, pleasure should be more intense. Number 2, should last longer. Number 3, should be more certain to occur. Number 4, should be happening sooner than later. 5, will produce in turn many happiness and few pains. 6, one has to consider how many people will be affected. When there are more people affected positively, that is greatest happiness for the greatest number of people and fewer affected negatively. Bentham's utilitarianism deems right-through actions as those producing the greatest balance of happiness over unhappiness, with equal importance placed on each other's person's happiness. The morality of an act is determined by its result, unlike Thomistic ethics, which focuses on adhere to the right action, while the philosophic calculus is a method for measuring happiness and pain. Its limitation lies in the challenge of assigning values to immeasurable objects like love and friendship, as these abstract concepts defy easy quantification. Business fascination and with utilitarianism. In the field of business, there is also ethics. It's just one of the 3 points of view used by the people when it comes to decision making related to business in the corporate world. The other 2 views are economic and legal. It only shows that in the corporate world there is the presence of ethical issues is specifically intended for managers. The outcome of corporate activities will affect all stakeholders, employees, consumers and producers, and members of the public. One of the ethical theories being used by the managers in the utilitarianism of Jeremy Bentham.
Utilitarianism, as applied in the business world, emphasizes the broad distribution of happiness and minimization of suffering. The concept of extension is key, considering the overall impact of the populace. This approach is also seen in the public policy, where decisions are influenced by the greatest good for the greatest number. Utilitarian calculation, often using the philosophic calculus, guide decision making is a business and economics. Managers and economists weigh the amount of pleasure against pain, aiming to maximize overall happiness while acknowledge the challenges inheriting in quantifying subjective experience. The second problem in utilitarians involves the challenge of precisely measuring pleasure in terms of quantity and quality, lacking a reliable instrument. Some utilitarians use educated guesses and past experiences to address this. In economics, an alternative to Bentham's philosophic calculus is the cost-benefit analysis, where monetary units represent benefits and drawbacks. If the benefits surpass the cost, the action is deemed pleasurable in economic terms. Cost-benefit amount of money spent versus amount of benefits or drawbacks. The cost-benefit analysis is widely used for decisions ranging from major investments to personal choices. However, similar to the philosophic calculus, it encouraged challenges, especially when assigning monetary values to inherently invaluable aspects like human life, while some prioritize the immeasurable value of life over material possessions. Others may intentionally exclude such considerations in economic and business decision making.
So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.